Good morning, children. This is English for class 11. Children, I'm going to do note making again because what I could see is that some of you could not answer that question on note making and summarizing correctly. I don't know why. So let's revise once again how to make notes. First important point, read the passage carefully. Give a heading to your work. The heading will be based on the following considerations. What is the main idea of the passage? Frame a heading based on the main idea. Write it in the middle of the page. Then, next important point is what? Next important point is give subheadings. 1. How has the main idea been presented and developed? Are there 2 or 3 subordinate or associate ideas? Third point, frame subheadings based on these. Fourth point, points are to be noted under each subheading. Are there further details or points of the subtitles that you wish to keep in these notes? These are called points. Points may have sub-points. Fifth point, important. All subheadings should be at a uniform distance from the margin. Sixth, indenting. Points should also be at the same distance away from the margin. So that is called indenting. Seventh point, do not write complete sentences. Eighth, abbreviations should be used. So you have to keep these points in mind. Help with abbreviations. Okay, now use standard abbreviations and symbols as far as possible. Capitalize the first letters of the names of states, countries or organizations. For example, UP, USA, UK, UNO. Common abbreviations, SC for science, MR. These are common abbreviations. Yes. Then common symbols, RX, positive, negative. You can't change these. Correct, children? Yeah, it's like that. Okay. So, measurements and figures, you see. Then make your own abbreviations. Keep the main sounds of the words. Education, EDN. Program, PROGM. It is a good practice to keep the first few and the last letters of the word, such as education. See, edu and then apostrophe N. Developing, see how it is abbreviated, retain the suffix so that later when you are going over the notes, you may recall the full form. That means you yourself should be able to recall, you should be able to understand what this stands for. For example, EDNAL, educational, and see progressive, yeah. So it's like that. Yes, children, you must be able to understand. Take the following caution. Be careful. Do not get over enthusiastic about abbreviations. Yeah, that should not happen. You should not abbreviate every word. No, not required at all. Third, one abbreviation in one point is enough. Fourth, as a general rule, the heading should not be abbreviated. It's a general rule. Okay, you may use abbreviations in subheadings. Yeah, that you are permitted. Indenting is essential. Heading, and you see under that subheading 1.1, you have to write the point, 1.2, 1.3, then subpoint, subheading. Yeah, okay, then indicate subheadings, points and subpoints. Those separated by points occur below one another. Similarly, points and subpoints should also come below one another. This is very important. Numbering, you may follow any system, but you should be consistent. That is, you should follow the same system throughout. Examples are given below. See here. Then abbreviations. Note making is an informal exercise as it is meant for your use only. You will not present a formal document in note form. Notes will be developed into a more formal piece of writing. Since notes are informal and are meant for your use only, you can abbreviate long words or use accepted abbreviations and symbols. Writing a summary, you get a question on summary writing which carries how many marks? 3 marks. Yes, the summary is an abstract of the passage. Expand your heading and subheadings and write down the idea. You have to write down the ideas developed in the passage in the specified word limit. Yeah? Subtitles, word limit, then subtitles that you wish to keep in these notes. These are called points. Points may have sub-points. Fifth, all subheadings should be at a uniform distance from the margin. Indenting, points should also be at the same distance away from the margin. Do not write complete sentences. Abbreviations should be used. Help with abbreviations. Use standard abbreviations and symbols as far as possible. Capitalize the first letters of the names of states, countries, or organizations. For example, see, it's shown here is children. So it should be like that. See, children, this is the first passage. Flexibility and mobility are essential not only to reduce the risk of injuries, but to generally feel better. Living a 9-to-5 desk life can be demanding on health and wellness. Here is how you can keep the most common problem at bay. Yeah, even if you're not exercising, you need to make sure that you maintain correct posture and sit at your desk in the right way. So you have to sit in the right way. It is important that your chair is placed correctly and your legs are not left hanging. See, proper alignment is very important, children. See, exercises and abnormal crunches 2 or 3 times a week can strengthen the core. It will help you with the pressure of your back. Then see, constant typing, writing reports and all these things can be harmful. Namaste in front of hands in a namaste, yes. Also rotating your fists inside the outside and outside provides as much relief to the strained wrists. Then those who work on desks spend a lot of time looking at computer screen. Oh God, that is horrible. Yeah, your back pains, your eyes pain. This may also lead to dry eyes and fatigue. Poor eyesight is the result of continued and important exposure to screens. Keeping the computer screen at an optimal distance helps in minimizing the strain. Yes. So, look at the questions. First, note making, then summary. Yeah. So, answer. Health and wellness for desk users. Correct posture. See there. Then point 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. See, look at it, children, how it's written. Then the second important point. And see, words are abbreviated also. Yes, can you see that? Yeah, very clear. Then see the third point, that is preventing eye strain. Can you see that, children? This has got 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4. Heading, then under that subpoints. Then key to the abbreviations used, you have to write this. Straight away you cannot write the abbreviations, children. See how it's written. 6 words have been abbreviated correctly. Exercises, abdominal, damage, regularly, lighting. See how it's abbreviated. You can very well make out The first one you can make out it is correctly. The second one you can make out it is exercises. See, you should be able to make out. Then summary, it carries 3 marks, children. Yeah, do you see that? See how the summary is written, children. Do you see that, children? Summary. Yeah. It should be 1/4 of the passage, children. See, children, read this passage. This is the next passage. All about Jahangir. Do you see that? Read it. It is all about Jahangir. Yes. Then this is the second paragraph. This is the third paragraph. Read the paragraphs very carefully, children. Then next we have the fourth paragraph. Read it very carefully, children. What Russian researchers said and all that. Then I have the fifth paragraph. Then we have the sixth. Do you see that? About Jahangir's other scientific interests. Then you have the question, okay? See how you write. Once again, I'll show you the paragraph, children. See, this is the second question that I'm talking about. About Jahangir, the paragraph is about none other than Jahangir. Then we have the second paragraph, children. He had a small zoo and he would spend hours in that. Yes, it's the best form of recreation. He had several famous painters in his court, children. Then what Russian researchers said, and he loved gardens, he was so fond of gardens. Yes, it means he was fond of natural beauty. Then you have the question, and this is how you write the answer. You have to give a heading. Yes, children. And then the first point you see. Heading, and under that 2 subpoints are there, 1 and 2. You have to write in a similar way. Okay, children. Then documentation of observations. You see that, children? Do you see that? Documentation of, yeah. See, read that, children. Yeah. See how it's written there. Okay, just see that. See how it is abbreviated, children, point wise. Do you see that? Then see the next point about the scientific documentation of observations. Then you have the scientific interest, children. And then you see how the abbreviations are written, characteristics, how it is abbreviated. See, one should be able to clearly make out. How many words have been abbreviated? 6 words. See, it's so clearly you can make out. And then you have the summary of the passage, children. Yeah, you have the summary of the passage. You see that? See, one more passage I have for you. Afflicted with achondroplasia, a form of pituitary dwarfism, where people are dwarf, they don't grow in height. 21-year-old Amge is a bit shorter than her 2-year-old nephew and a lad taller than her framed Guinness certificate. In fact, Amge, this is about Jyoti Amge, yeah? That girl Jyoti Amge. Her name is there in the Guinness Book of World Records. See, so you have to write, you have to make notes and write summary. So this is how you're supposed to write. Have a look up close. You have to give a title to the passage, children, and then see abbreviations. See, key to abbreviations is a must. You have to write that, children. And then you have to abbreviate the words, and in such a manner that it is understood by you and by the evaluator also. And then summary. This is about Jyoti Amge. I have one more question for you, children. Have a look at it. Everyone needs a holiday. Yes, we do need a holiday, very true. Why do we need a holiday? To relax and to have a change of environment. The holiday makes us feel relaxed and refreshed at the end of the holiday and look forward to the resumption of their duties. Yes, we are refreshed actually after a holiday, very true. Right or not, children? Yes, be it at school, office or factories, with renewed vigor. This is the reason that everybody longs for a holiday. Yes, why all establishments grant their employees annual leave. With the end of the academic year, the schools and universities grant their pupils a long holiday during midsummer. This lasts until early September, when the new school's term starts. Of course, the parents will like to take advantage of this and take their leave to coincide with the children's vacations. Yeah, very true. It does happen so in some cases. This has become a traditional holiday season in most European countries, particularly in England. With the coming of August, the traditional holiday season in Britain reaches its peak point, and most of the holiday resorts are packed to capacity. In order to avoid the crowd, some prefer to take their holiday a little earlier if facilities so warrant. Those who have already taken their holidays can console themselves not only with reflections on the happy days spent in the country, at the seaside or abroad, but also with the thought that holiday expenses are over for the year, and that by taking an earlier holiday they have missed the August rush. The main thing, of course, is the weather, and that would be hazardous to prophecy. But whatever the weather is like, the essence of a holiday for most is the carefree atmosphere in which it can be enjoyed. Take all you need but leave your worries behind. Yes, is the sound advice for the holiday maker. Private worries are not always easy to escape from. Yeah, very true. However, even the pessimist would admit that for the moment things appear brighter than they have been. Holiday time is surely a time for sharing serious preoccupations and seeking the pleasures that appeal to us. It is true that we may not always succeed in finding them. Indeed, there are people who maintain that the great thing about the holiday is that it gives you an ampler appreciation of home comforts, a view no doubt more widely held among the elderly than you. So you have to make notes using abbreviations, and then you have to write the summary. So this is how you do it. Please note, children, the heading. See, the need for holidays, then it has got sub points. See, then we move on to the second point, then it has got sub points. Do you see that, children? Yes, please observe very carefully. Practice, children, practice. Read the format, go through the format again and again. See how is it written, how it's written. Then we have the key to abbreviations. You have to write this, children. You forget to write this. You have to write key to abbreviations and then write like this as shown. See, universities is abbreviated there. September, worries, appreciation. So universities, see how it's abbreviated. Then August, September, see worries, appreciation. See, then we have the summary there. Do you see that, children, how the summary is written? See, read it, children. Okay, see. Once again, I'll show you the summary. See, this is how it's written. See, children, see, look at the abbreviation, how it's written. You have to write that heading there, key to abbreviations, and then you have to write the abbreviation as it is shown there. I hope you have understood. Please do not make any errors in note making. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult to score marks. Format should be absolutely correct. I hope you got it. I hope you understood. Please read the passages done in this session. Go through the format, how to abbreviate. Yes, children, and how to write the summary. Practice. Take some passage and practice note making, then writing the abbreviations. Okay, children, so that's your assignment. Thank you. Goodbye.